There are different types of parties that you can throw for the holiday season. So a really popular one is obviously your traditional kind of cocktail party. So that's gonna kind of consist of, maybe 20 to 40 people, and you have drinks and appetizers, maybe somebody walking around, passing out appetizers, maybe some beverages, things like that, some decor, some music, whether that's live or, you just ask Alexa to play holiday music. She's really good at that. Another type of party that you can have is a buffet style, which it works really well if you're actually gonna have dinner. So if you're gonna have a party around the time of dinner time, so sometime between 4 and 8, then definitely you wanna feed your guests. So a really great way to do that, that's less messy and a bit easier to set up and clean up, is gonna be through a buffet. So you can simply use your regular dining room table, put your food items there, whether people are bringing them or you have it catered, or you decide to go to a favorite restaurant that you have and pick up some food. You can lay it out in your own homemade dishes. So that's what I like to do. And set that up, and then people can simply walk around the table and they can pick up the things that they want and kind of self-serve. If you have a lot of people at your house, I would suggest getting a person, like a server or a waitstaff member, and having them serve the food to your guests. I think it's really helpful for a couple different reasons. One, people usually have drinks in their hands. So plating their own food and having a drink in your hand is pretty challenging. And sometimes you're also holding a conversation with people while you're doing that. You can make it a little easier on your guests and just have, 1 or 2 people either at your dining room table, or if you have a kitchen bar kind of behind the bar area, or you can even set up a table in your living room and, cover it with a really pretty holiday festive tablecloth and have somebody behind there and just put the food on people's plates. Of course, they can always self-serve themselves in addition to that, but it gives them a choice and might make it a little bit easier for them to enjoy their food and their drink and your party at the same time. Another really fun things that you can do is have a signature holiday cocktail. So if you've seen any of our other stuff, you can tell that at ShortStaf, we're really big fans of holiday cocktails. So we did a really cool pumpkin pie martini that is one of my favorites, and Spencer here on our team makes some really awesome other signature cocktails, which you can check out on our blog, including a Christmas margarita, which is pretty delicious. You can make it really festive very quickly in a very easy way by simply adding even mini candy canes. So you can twist up your eggnog by adding a little bit of cinnamon or perhaps peppermint schnapps to that, and then put a little mini candy cane in the glass or the cup, however, and you can hang it on there. It's fun and festive, and it adds a little bit, to your drink. Plus, if you have a bartender or you're making the drinks yourself, it's really easy to add that as a garnish. So it doesn't take a lot of time, and I think it makes a pretty big impact. Another kind of easy tip that you can use for your specialty cocktails is make a whole batch of it. So if you have a favorite cocktail and it's something that can maybe sit in ice or without ice or be added to ice, put it in one of those mason jar containers. They're really cute and festive. You can decorate the jar if you want also, but it makes it really easy for either you or your bartender that you hire to serve cocktails quickly. Or if it's a self-serve and maybe it's something that you have a full bar and a full catering, but you want to have a little station that's kind of self-serve that maybe has some appetizers and your signature cocktail in it. What we suggest is making that as a batch cocktail. So you basically triple or quadruple your ingredients and you make a bigger version of it. And then that way your guests can simply go in, turn the little knob, get their beverage. So in that self-serve station, you can have an ice bucket, you can have your batch signature cocktail, maybe a couple hors d'oeuvres, and that'll kind of fill in that gap. So even if you have, you hire service staff or a caterer or bartender, or you're trying to do it all yourself, you can have that little self-serve station so nobody's ever without. And it can give you that peace of mind so that you can enjoy your friends and your family and you don't ever get pulled away from a conversation.